Hello, welcome to Sips Wood Chips. I'm Sip Mendes, and I'm getting ready to make my Christmas toys, and I need these wood wheels. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a jig to make wheels. Here's an example of the kinds of wheels I make. They're 2 inches in diameter. They're made from 3/4 stock. What's different about these wheels is that there's a small hub. So I remove enough material to extend that hub about 1/16 of an inch. That makes the wheels turn easier, and the wheels can't chafe against the body of the toy, so it keeps the toy looking new longer. And this is Max. The other toy I usually make is this one, which is a little hedgehog. Before you get started, make sure you read, understand, and follow the instructions that come with your tools. It is important to maintain a safe working environment. That includes eye protection, ear protection, and respiratory protection also. These videos are provided for your entertainment. This is the way I do things. They are not necessarily the best way to do things, nor the safest. Always think and work safely. So this is a little piece of wood I had here. I have no idea what kind of wood it is. It might be teak, because it was part of a umbrella pole at one time. And I'm going to make a tenant to fit in this chuck, and I want to make a tenant with the shoulder on it, so it helped me true it up. And I'm gonna just draw about an inch. I wanted to go at least an inch into the chuck. I'm going to cut a 1-inch spigot to fit my spigot chuck, and I'm going to turn it down to 35 millimeters, and I'm going to go back about an inch. So I have my I have these set for about 36 millimeters, and that's fine. And so it's going to have to go down quite a bit. Yeah. I'm just using my parting tool. Make it a little bit more. And that should be fine. I'll go ahead and I'll plane it down just a little bit with my skew. Very good. I'll go ahead and reverse that. So I want that shoulder so that when I put it in here, that shoulder will seat against the chuck, and then that way it should be square every time I do this. Now, what I'm going to do is I need to shorten this and then drill a hole down the center to hold. my wheel. It has a 3/8 hole in it, so I'm going to turn it down, make a big shoulder, and then leave a 3/8 tenon sticking out. So I'll turn it to about here, and the tenon only has to be half the thickness or less. So I'll just right about there. So I can go ahead and just cut this off right there. So I'm going to burnish a little groove there, and that tells me what size I need to turn it down to. I'm going to use a 1/2-inch gouge to round this guy down a little bit, make it a little smaller. A little bit of a catch there. And I want it to be a really nice tight fit. So I'm ready to drill a 1/4-inch hole down the center of that little spigot there, that little tenon. And I'm going to turn my lathe down to 500 RPMs. And I need to drill all the way through the block, because I'm going to put a carriage bolt on the other side. Okay. So here's my block. I couldn't find a carriage bolt, but I did have a long screw left over from some piece of furniture I assembled or disassembled, and I put a couple of drops of epoxy so that it won't turn when I tighten the nut. I'm going to go ahead and use a nut instead of a wing nut. That way it won't get in the way when I start carving on this. The first thing I want to do is true it up, and I want it to have a diameter of 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and take my calipers and go ahead and set those for 2 inches. It's a big set of calipers here, because I want all my wheels to be the same size. So if you're more comfortable with 2 1/8, then just set them all for 2 1/8. So first thing I want to do is start put on my face shield and spin this. I'll spin this at 850. I'm just going to use a round nose and true that up. That seems to be turning pretty good, and it really need quite a bit more to go. So that's 2 inches. So the reason for making such an elaborate jig is that I want to create a small hub on one side of the wheel. And I want the hub to look like this one here. Okay. And what that's for is that when the wheel is against the body of the toy, the edges of the wheel don't rub on the toy. I want to have a little gap there, and I want only the hub to hit the body of the toy. So just using a 1/2 inch round nose, I'm gonna reduce the width of it, but leave the hub the full width. Let me use my skew chisel to square it up a little bit. And I'll go ahead and sand it while I got it here. I use just a regular nut because I don't want the wings to get caught in the way. This I will insert in my dowel, bring it up flush, and I will sand it off on the belt sander. And there's my little bit of a hub. Thank you for watching the video. Now we have our wheels made. For the next project, we're going to make one of these little pull toys, a little maxi dog. So if you like the video, click on like, and don't forget to subscribe.